Hey friends, welcome. If you and I have not met, my name is Emma Lou with Heartfelt Creations. Today I'm going to share my top tips on how you can create stunning Christmas cards that you, your friends, and family will absolutely love. So let's take a look at what we'll be creating together. This is a stunning, large ornament that can swivel back and forth. So you'll learn how to color, we'll learn how to assemble, and really learn some beautiful tips and tricks that I think you and your friends will absolutely love. Plus, we'll take a look at the very end at some different ways that you can really utilize and maximize these ornaments for your Christmas cards this year, whether you want to have them swinging or you want to do like a shaped ornament card. There are many different ways you can utilize this, and I'm super excited to bring you along this creative journey, and we'll learn some beautiful tips and techniques together. So to get started, we are going to create with our large holiday ornament. Now this is very large. It is a focal point. You can do many different things with this based on the versatility of after you've stamped it. You have the coordinating die that cuts this out 3 different ways. So you can really mix and match that and have some fun with it. So you've got the star, you've got this inside piece. So you can kind of mix and match and do some beautiful tips with that. A little bit later, I'll show you some of the other ornaments within this collection as well. So we stamped this with a sparkly gold embossing powder and die cut this piece out. Once you've done that, you're going to be ready to color this. Now for Christmas card making, I like to create beautiful decorative Christmas cards that you love, but that are also quick and easy. So for this one, once I have it die cut out, we'll just do a little bit of that yellow coloring in the center of that star using the sunflower archival ink. Then we'll switch back over to a little bit of the red and green. Now you can keep this as simple as you want, but you can start out with the sponge daubers. This has a really sharp tip, which is going to be your best friend when you are creating with these this Christmas season. So I'm using the carnation red, and I'm really bending down on the tips of my sponge dauber and just putting down some pressure, lifting up, and that just starts to add some detail and coloring into these different areas. So whether you're a seasoned colorist or you're just a beginner, this is a great option to get some quick and easy coloring in there. Now I am going to show you how you can add some additional marker shading in there if you want, but it is completely up to you if you want to add that additional step. It is not necessary, but if you want to add just an additional dark pop of color in there, you can totally do that. So as you can see, this is colored very quickly, very easily, and very beautifully. So the only thing that's left is up here. So we'll just go ahead and just add a little. So I'm just giving texture and pressure to the very base of that sponge dauber, and I'm giving it less pressure as I go up towards the tip, and less. It's just light as a feather as I go up. And that gives you that beautiful shaded effect. Like, look at how simple that was. Now, you can go ahead and you can use your marker as well. So if you want to do that, grab a clear piece of acetate, something that you can just brush off on. Grab your watercolor pen. This is the Zig marker in the color wine red. And we're just going to pick some of these colors up, and you can go back in there and add a darker touch in there if you wanted to do that, totally optional. Same way down here, I did that on the opposite side, so we'll just come back in here and do that on this side as well. You can do more, you can do less. So it might be a little bit difficult to see this on camera, I don't know, but you get the gist of how easy you can go back with some markers, add some coloring in there, and add as much or as little as you want. Now for the base of this card, I just love how many different interactive ways that you can utilize these dies for your cards. Whether you want to do a small card that is just a shaped card, or you want to do something super large like you see here that swivels back and forth. One thing that's really nice about all these ornaments is you can do a front and back facing ornament because it is symmetrical, which makes it super versatile if you want to do some like hanging ornaments and some things like that, which you'll have to stick around to the end. I have some stunning hanging ornaments. You could fold this in half, do a beautiful dimensional ornament with this. So with this one, we are putting it in the card so that it swivels back and forth just a little bit. So you can cut your card base to the size that you desire. You can make it just a little bit longer or larger. You can stamp it. You can do pattern paper however you want. But I wanted you to see the base of this so that you can kind of get a grasp of how this is done. So you take your card base, you use the very largest die, and you cut out an opening in the center. Next step is going to be adding this piece in, which gives you that matte piece. So we're going to go ahead and layer this piece down. Oh, the papers in this are gorgeous. Do you love Christmas papers as much as I do? And if you are watching this and you're just here, you know, when this is launched, I would highly recommend getting multiples of this paper collection so that you do not run out. I find that for Christmas, you go through so many papers, and it's just a really beautiful feeling when you know that I have plenty. I don't know if you feel that way or not too, but I just know that when I do it, I like to feel like, okay, I have what I need and I'm not going to run out. So for this one, we cut out another panel of that ornament, just using a little bit smaller piece than this green piece. We did split it in half on the top to create a little bit of an area where we can put our, I call it fish line, or a little bit of wire in the back, so it has a surface to lay in. So that's a great little tip for you when you are doing these at home and you want to have a surface where your little wire can lay into. Now the wire that I am using is the same wire that we have on our stem or our stamens that have the wire. So that is a beautiful wire, just something that's thick enough to kind of hold that beautiful ornament into position. So we're just going to go ahead and just glue right around these edges and lay this down, and that gives us that base that we can adhere our beautiful ornament to. So before we go ahead and layer our top piece, we are going to layer this piece in here with the little wires. Okay, so that's going to be our next step. So what I want you to do is basically just put a little dollop of glue. Now this ornament was layered on a white piece of cardstock with a pattern paper to give it extra strength. So what I want you to do is just go ahead and put a little dollop of glue on the top, lay your wire in. Oops, I got both pieces right there. Here we go. Oops, I'll just bring this up and just lay that into position. And then while that's drying, I'm just going to go ahead, and that's just laying right in between that little split. And we're just going to lay that in there, and that will adhere into position. Same thing down here. We're just going to go ahead, add some glue on the top and in this split right in here. And then our wire is going to lay right in there, which gives it just a really beautiful way to just lock right in there. And then this ornament, if you wanted to, you can kind of give it a little bit of a curvature. You could add this on with foam dots if you wanted to, or you can just really use a large dollop of glue and adhere it that way too. So what I'm going to do is just kind of lay this down. I'm going to put a pretty large dollop of glue right in this section. Hopefully my glue is wet enough to do that, or has melted enough. And then we'll just bring in a little bit into this section up here as well. So this really gives us a really beautiful way to very quickly and easily add this ornament, and then you can just lay it there and let that glue kind of set. And you can give it more dimension if you wanted to, less dimension, totally up to you. While that is setting, I'm going to go ahead and just lock this outer panel into place. Now this outer panel, you could have chosen to do decorative paper, or you can use some of the ornaments in some of the other sets, and you can utilize those, stamp those in the background along with a Merry Christmas, and just have a beautiful, stunning background that way. So you can make it as simple or as elegant as you like, which I absolutely love. So it gives you lots of options. Oops, that just moved a little bit. So we'll just lock that into place and you're good to go. I just absolutely love that versatility. Once this is dry, you can go ahead and clip those wires off the top and the bottom, and then just add this little star in the center, and you have your card, add your glitter, and you're done. So I love how, even though it can look pretty complex, when you use these simple tips and techniques, you'll have this beautiful one-of-a-kind ornament that is a showstopper. Now with this, I'm just going to lay this aside because this is still drying. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the cards that have been created by design team members around the globe. So here we just used a piece of decorative die, layered that around the top, added the sponging of glitter around the sides there, and you have just a stunning, sparkly, glittery card. Isn't that just so pretty? So you can do larger cards. You can also alter it. You can do smaller cards. This one is a 6x6, and we just used the inside part, cut that as an opening into this card, and then hung these ornaments from the top. Now, Oftentimes people ask me like, Emily, do you do like really extravagant cards for everybody, like 50, 60? And this is what I tell them. If you're making Christmas cards, I highly recommend, doing maybe 10, 15 that are just really elegant, very advanced, all the things. And then, you can keep some that are super simple. So you can really take the designs that I showed you and do lots of elegant things and then take it back and do something super simple with them as well. So you get to choose how you add that. So we'll take a look at these. So you can have those hanging ornaments, which are double-sided again. So when they twist around, you have that kind of swinging look, which I absolutely love. And then here is the ornaments used on a small card, still using the base of that large ornament in the background, giving it an anchor with that die and then hanging them down. So you can really do as many ornaments as you want, as little as you want. But within this collection, we have the large holiday ornament, and then the key essentials that you'll notice that you'll absolutely find yourself using over and over again are the Noel holiday ornaments, which is a set just filled with many different ornaments in sizes and shapes, which really helps you to maximize space on different card sizes and fill in those little spaces. And this one is more like a sparkling holiday ornament set with the string attached, which is really cool as well. So you get to choose how you use those, but I wanted to show you some samples of what we created with them. So here are obviously your basic like shape cards. You can pair it with a poinsettia. You can do so many different techniques using it with vellum, pearls. You can do kind of more of a monochromatic Christmas color. Here is one just in reds and golds. Or like I showed you up here, you can do a really large extravagant card, even though this looks pretty complicated. This is literally just a big background paper, cutting out the oval and then using a decorative background paper in here as well. And then you can have that flip around if you wanted to do that. So lots of fun ways. I also loved how we use the big one in here. If you want to get really advanced, you can create a shaker card in here too, which is really cool. Here's one that is just using the reds and the golds paired with some more ornaments. And then here's a really pretty yet simple color combination of the gold with white vellum poinsettias. So this one's a slimline card, just red with the gold, red and green with the gold. So you can really see that there's so many different ways to maximize your creativity with these. And here you have one just kind of going off the edge of the card, which I think is adorable. Here, this maximizes the versatility of the background papers, along with just some simple ornaments, your sentiment, and those little bitty poinsettias. Here again, you've got those little ornaments just hanging down from a cluster of poinsettias, which I think is stunning. So this really encompasses multiple collections, from the festive Christmas to the holiday ornaments, along with some poinsettias. And don't forget to bring out your crystal lacquer, add some shimmer. Isn't that just stunning how those little ornaments hang from those poinsettias? So you get to choose how you want to use it. Keep it as simple or elegant as you like. I love how the background paper was utilized here, along with those hanging ornaments, and then accenting it with those stars. Here's another way of using the background papers, then using the stringed ornaments. If you use the stringed ornaments, you really don't have to position it. It is positioned for you, and those have very unique sizes and shapes as well. So of all three sets, every set has a unique shape and size, so you're going to have so much fun with those. And I can't wait for you to experience the joy and creativity with these. Now, as we get close to the end of showing you these last samples, just remember, you can do, the traditional colors, or you can do something that is really versatile by doing, an ornament that is very dimensional, add some chains, do some different fun things with that. So that's just a really unique way to create those ornaments, and you can use them as decorations. You can use them as hanging from your mantle. You could give them as gifts and customize them, which I think it would be super cute as well. So before I go, I wanted to show you the up close of the paper collections. The Holiday Ornament paper collection is your traditional reds and greens with some pops of beautiful yellows. You've got the different combinations of greens and reds in there. I love these as quick pieces that you can attach to the inside of your card or the outside. Just pop some ornaments on there. There's some ornaments you can just die cut out. They're good to go. So as you can see, you're going to be able to make some quick and easy Christmas cards and then take it to the next level for those, 10, 15 that you're just really wanting to spend some extra time on, and just add a little bit more pizzazz to. So hopefully this inspires you to create your own one-of-a-kind Christmas cards this year. If you don't have the Holiday Ornament Collection yet, we'll add the links below for quick and easy ordering. Thank you so much for joining me today and for being part of the Heartfelt Creations crafting family.